Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues and the play-ins are continuing. We got the final series, a couple series of play-ins today. Joining me in the booth is the GOAT, Rockerman, of course, and Rockerman, like I said, we got these last couple teams fighting for these playoff spots. It is do or die.
Yeah, it is win or go home, as it is going to be the rest of the way. This is the play-in tournament finale here tonight. So you win, you get in the playoffs. You lose, you're heading home. So everyone is going to be on their best behavior, bringing their A game here tonight. And I'm excited to see it. And before I throw it back to you, Flip, gotta give a big shout out to Grebsy coming back for 15 months and then gifting 10 subs in the chat. Much love to Grebsy. Make sure you guys give your love to Grebsy in the chat. One of the goats of Nemesis right there. Much love to Grebsy. But yeah, Flip, I mean, this is going to be an exciting matchup between Galaxy and Distortion, and it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, no, it'll be a good one for sure. I mean, I literally just played this Galaxy team, and man, it was a thriller of a series. Those guys definitely, in my opinion, that was the best they've played all season long, from what I've seen. So that was, it's the right time to peak. Obviously, they couldn't get it done, but now they're here. They get another shot. And this Distortion team beat, in my opinion, one of the hottest teams in Lightspeed. Lightspeed was really hot coming into this and coming into the play-ins for in the rival league, and they kind of just shut them down. And so Noah and Mason, those two, they've been together for a while. Like that's a duo. And I'm gonna say Toj. I'm That's what I'm gonna say. Here, Rocket.
Tage.
Tage. Okay, yeah. I just
Uh,
gotta throw a vowel in there and hope it lands. Yeah,
yeah,
that's all
yeah.
I gotta do. But Tade's able to fit in pretty well. Like Demas was a player that they had to drop. I think because he couldn't play in the playoffs. So the team kind of been switching up. Seems like they found their stride. And Galaxy, Spuf wasn't supposed to be here. Sounds like he might be here. Like this team, in my opinion, they had a great performance. It's a little rocky, you're coming off of a loss. Distortion coming off of a win. I think momentum matters just a little bit here, Rocker Man. And so Distortion, this team, I'm surprised that they were only like the ninth seed or 10th seed, Rocker Man, because this team they were so good last season, right? And so it just shows that rival even more competitive, even higher level of gameplay. And I want to see Distortion step up and really step up into the spotlight. I want to see Mason really pull off some things because whenever I scrimmed them, like whenever I ever scrimmed them or played against them, it was always him being the one that with the solo plays. Like Noah's a lockdown defender, but Mason was the one on the offense, and so that's who I'm looking at on this Distortion squad, kind of just taking over. But on the Galaxy side, Rocker Man, I don't know if who can really do it because they all can, to be honest.
Yeah, no, they definitely can do it out there. And yeah, like you mentioned, I'll bring up the play-in bracket once more. But yeah, you mentioned it. Galaxy, a tough loss on Monday against your Pineapples, taking them down in Game 5, moving up to this matchup. And then, yeah, Distortion pulling maybe a semi-upset over Lightspeed as that 10 seed. Definitely Lightspeed had the momentum, but Distortion able to pull it off. So yeah, this is a big matchup here between Galaxy and Distortion. Winner goes on to take Whiteout. And I know Galaxy, they've had a great season. They were right on the edge there, Flip, of making it in the playoffs, straight up there. I know to the very last day they were in contention for that fifth and sixth seed out there. Didn't quite land on it. Ended up falling down to 8. But this is a team that should be a playoff caliber team. And you mentioned Distortion as well. The reason they kind of fell down in that play-in tournament is they struggled a lot at the beginning of the season, surprising many. I know, like you mentioned, a lot of people were kind of predicting them to be, like a top 5 team, like they were last season, one of the best in rival. But they just didn't have the early season success. And then when it came to this season, they squeaked their way in. They barely survived, making it in the 10th and final seed there, even despite losing on match 18. They got their revenge against Lightspeed. And now this one, it's win or go home, Flip. You either win or you're done. Your season's over, and they're not going to look too far ahead to that dominant beast of Whiteout as the 1 seed. They're focused on tonight, winning. Do what you got to do to live and fight another day.
Yeah, and honestly, I think the fact that whoever wins this series is gonna play Whiteout. It's in the back of your mind. But I think the bigger thing is like I don't want to lose to the guy in front of me because I'm Spuff and Mason and Noah. Those and Boy Wonder, all these players been in the rival league for at least 3 seasons,
Yeah.
and they talk a lot. talk a lot of crap too to each other. I'm not gonna lie, like they talk some mess, and so I'm not gonna say the egos are high, but I mean it's rival league. Everybody's gonna have a little bit of an ego. The pride factor is kind of on the line here, so
Yeah.
nobody wants to go down, not swinging at least. So I think it's gonna be a very intense series, and I will say, whenever I played Galaxy, it was I want to say like scrappy's not the word, but it was like they're there for everything, um, and they have like the mechanics to back it up. So it's like you just gotta you try to poke holes, but their defense is super tenacious. Their offense is super tenacious. Distortion, really tenacious defense as well. I think the offense is a little lacking. That's my take, but I think that's gonna be like the biggest difference to see if this Galaxy offense can really start to like poke holes in the Distortion defense, or maybe Galaxy falls apart. I don't know. Something crazy is gonna happen. I couldn't tell you what. I'm just saying. In my experience, I think I would favor Galaxy. Obviously, they have the seeding. But I just think the player for player base, I would probably take Galaxy's team. But hey, the Distortion chemistry could be off the charts, Rockman, and I'm just not ready for it. And that's the thing, in rival league and play-ins and playoffs, hopefully, like anything can happen on any given night. It's a best of 5 as well, so it goes by in a flash. I'm ready. I'm excited. I hope these players are ready because Rockman, we got some Rocket League to play.
Oh yeah, we do, and it looks like everybody's in the lobby, so we're gonna get things going. And yeah, if I had to make a prediction here, I would lean towards Galaxy as well. But Distortion, they kind of got that underdog in them there. We saw that upset a little bit against Lightspeed, getting their revenge. So don't be surprised if they come out strong here and kind of throw a big punch at this Galaxy squad.
Oh, big punch is kind of what I'm hoping for. I need to see something crazy out of Distortion because, like I said, I think Spuf is maybe the best player on the pitch. Ace, who in my opinion didn't have a great showing against the Pineapples, starts off great here with a nice early goal. A great double kickoff 50 from Spuf leads to that goal, though, Rockerman, and an early one here for Galaxy.
Yeah, and that is a perfect start there. 5 seconds in, you find a nice goal, and yeah, that was big 50s there from Spuf. Able to get it out in the midfield, and then a good finish there to give Galaxy the early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, and now it's Mason, the man that I think can make the best solo plays on this Distortion team. Trying to make one there. Got over Boy Wonder, but... Oh, a miss jump there from Ace. He ran out of boost. He's going to actually fake that one, too. I taught him that, as now Noah hits it off the sidewall. Looking for the read, and he gets it. That one's going high off the backboard, and Boy Wonder with a nice touch to the corner. Tage trying to find the pass in the midfield, but a great clear by Ace, and the Galaxy defense finding a way out. Already a Boy Wonder finding the angle. Wait a minute.
And the Galaxy, they're wasting no time here, starting things off. The higher seed here, just trying to show Distortion that, hey, this is not going to be an easy one for you guys. We are going to be putting it all on you, throwing in the back of the net, and, Boy Wonder, definitely one of those Nemesis veterans that we expect to show up here, and he is definitely showing up there. As here comes another shot. It's going to find the back of the net again, and that is 3 quick goals for Galaxy in only 40 seconds.
Yeah, only 40 seconds, and honestly, like, a couple of them just been, like, mistakes. Like, that one, in my opinion, could have been a touch by Distortion, but I think Galaxy's finding great opportunities to take these shots. I mean, they're all been pretty long shots, but, you're doing it off a kickoff. You're vulnerable at that point. A great counterattack from Boy Wonder and Ace as well. So it's like, these are the opportunities where you can kind of just get a beat and try to put a shot on, and it'll go in, and Galaxy's able to find those points, and it just seems like the Distortion defense doesn't even have time to get set to really start, to block some of these attacks as Noah tries to get around Ace, but a great save there. And now the Galaxy counterattack starts once again. Boy Wonder's touch, not great though, as Tage going to have a clear out, but Ace is going to be there, try to continue the Galaxy pressure, but Mason plays all the way to the back wall as Spuf collects it. Going for the sidewalk. Gets it over one. No, he doesn't. Noah with great patience, but he backflips off the ceiling. Maybe it was a fake. I don't know. Tage was there. Is now Mason hits it high. Ace is up. Ace is actually going to go back down. He saw Mason had the beat on him. Noah able to get the 50. Ace gets bumped. Gets a bump on Noah as well. Boy Wonder pops it over one. Tries to get it over to Ace, but Ace couldn't get there in time as Mason now pops that ball high. Spuf electing not to go, but shoots up just a little too far. Gets caught out. Mason with the goal. Distortion finally answer back.
Yeah, and getting the first goal of the series here. Just some good pressure from Mason, catching Spuf out. He wanted to be super aggressive, but that aggression wasn't quite what he needed there. Need to play back just a little bit more, and Distortion gonna get on the board.
Distortion on the board. Galaxy still a 2-goal lead. Obviously, the defensive mistakes do happen, but that's that third man committing, it's always dangerous, and Spuf realized that just a little too late, but a great 50 there, and now a ball that was floating in a double commit still could be some pressure here. Noah not able to get the touch, and no Distortion member able to follow it up either. Spuf getting bumped, getting harassed, as now Boy Wonder comes in to save him. Spuf, he's going to leave that one for Boy Wonder. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. Boy Wonder, what a shot right here. Just sets it up there off the backboard. I thought Spuf might get the touch, but instead it's Boy Wonder. It does go off Mace's card, but that one looked like it was on target anyways. And what a play there, Galaxy. The pressure right now. They just have a lot of it here. And this one off the kickoff, gonna find another one. Ace sends it in, and Galaxy is just putting on a goal scoring clinic.
Yeah, the kickoff burst. I mean, Ace able to get another one here. That's a hat trick for him. All off of kickoff as well. But I think, obviously I'm joking about it. Like, oh, he only scored off kickoff. But Rockman, those are like brutal goals to give up. Like, it's, oh, hey guys, bounce back real quick. Oh, you can't bounce back. A kickoff goal. Hey, guess what? Another one in your net. Boy Wonder on your head again. That's a hat trick for him too.
Wow. And yeah, you're exactly right. It's just no room to breathe for Distortion right off the kickoff. And we actually saw this in their series versus Lightspeed, where they were the ones that were getting a lot of kickoffs, especially in that crazy Game 4 on Forbidden Temple that we saw. It was a lot of kickoff goals for Distortion's end, and this one, no way. Okay, that one a little bit off. I thought for sure they just had the Brazil off a kickoff goal, but not meant to be. And right now, Flip, if you're Distortion, you just got to find a way to stop the scoring of Galaxy. As, oh, nice little pass comes down, trying to send that one towards the net. It's back out, but it's going to be saved away. And they just got to stop the momentum a little bit here. Don't let Galaxy score anymore. This game, it might be almost impossible to come back from a 5-goal deficit. So if I'm them, just don't let them score anymore. Maybe find one or more of your own, and then go on to game 2 and see what you can do.
You got to adjust something. In my opinion, you got to adjust something now. Try to find some way through. Maybe, oh, hey, maybe we need to sit our third man back. Maybe we need to, I don't know, go for more demos, something. Try something else in this still 2 minutes left of game time here in game 1. This is obviously, you never want to go down 6-1, but if you're going to do it, might as well be game 1 with over half the game to play. Mason trying to make a play happen there. Ace able to get the save. Noah pinches it far across Tage, not over there, as Ace able to get one touch over to Spuf. Spuf's there. Can't get the double, but Ace is able to follow him up, and Spuf couldn't get the read after. Boy Wonder with the demo. Makes him miss the ball, however, as now Noah gets a flick long. Ace is able to get there, and the defense from the defense from Ace, a huge improvement from the last series, and I think as a whole, the Galaxy team, they're just able to get these nice saves to the corner. They're getting them out of danger. A double commit there, as I talk good about them. That's just, a standard protocol here in the Nemesis Gaming League. Is now Spuf able to get the clear. A minute remaining. Ace trying to make it a Brazil, but Tage not going to let him have it that easily. Boy Wonder to the sidewall, and once again, like you said, they stopped him from scoring. They're slowing it down a little bit. Maybe they're making some attacks there on the Distortion team. Rocker Man seems to be, I wouldn't say finding their footing again, but I would say, they're not, bleeding all over the place, as Noah has to make a touch here. He's not going to, oh, okay, it's getting a little scary again, but Rocketman, from what I've seen, it's been about 2 minutes since Galaxy have scored, and that might be a record.
Yeah, no, it's good for Distortion, but, like we've seen, I feel like there's just a couple of big mistakes that are being made. Not to call anyone out particularly, but Noah, it seemed like he just had a couple of misplays that were not characteristic from him, and that's really kind of put Distortion in a couple of bad spots here. Hasn't allowed them to have the offense that they want, and now they're going to be taking a trip to Brazil.
Hey, start speaking Spanish or Portuguese. Sorry, start speaking Portuguese, because man, it's brutal. And this is Ace's 4th goal. Yep, Spuf has 5 assists. 6 of the 7 goals were assisted by this Galaxy on this Galaxy team. So, obviously 3 of them were kickoff goals, so those all got assisted. But still, the other 4, 3 of those were assisted. This team, they found ways to score without the kickoffs. I think the kickoffs just added the cherry on top, Rocker Man, and I would say, it's just, like I said earlier, it's demoralizing. You get scored on. Okay, they made a good play, and again. And now the leads doubled, and it just felt kind of just impossible. I mean, Distortion was literally fighting an uphill battle since 4 minutes and 55 seconds. Like, it was just not the greatest start for Distortion, and I think it kind of just snowballed from there. I will say, though, there was a good 2-minute stretch there where it felt like Distortion, like I said, not controlling the pace of the play, not, but they were surviving and they were getting attacks as well. So there's light at the end of the tunnel, Rocker Man, but they got to make quick adjustments here.
Yeah, they are going to have to adjust quick. And I think really this, heading into this game number 2, you got to have a strong mental right now because, there are teams, that if you get scored on 7-1 in game 1 and, the other team does it to you, like teams will just like mentally boom and the series is over. But there are a lot of teams, and this has got to be you if you're Distortion. You have to be the team that comes through and says, I don't care about that game. What even happened the last game? I don't care. What I do know is that we're going to come out in this game and we're going to put the pressure on and get back to playing our style of play. And that's what Distortion has got to find here. You can't let Galaxy get this first goal. You got to stop it right here. They did good at the end. They did let up one at the very last bit there. But you got to start out strong here. It's that one just a little bit off there. Could have been another goal, but Distortion survives.
And that's what I'm kind of looking to see here. I want to see them survive for at least a minute. Don't give up a really early goal. Get your footing in the game, and then let the series play out. But now they're already starting on the offense again, and this is fine as long as they don't get countered. As Ace now trying to start that one up, and Rocker Man, I can't do it. This Galaxy team, they're just running over them.
Yeah, and that one, just a great follow-up here over the last defender there. Just good speed on Galaxy, and they have had this speed the entire first game, and now the first 30 seconds of game number 2. Distortion just not quick enough. They're not getting those touches, and they're not, just not having that speed that they need to challenge these balls. And Galaxy is just looking like the better team at the moment.
It just seems, like you said, just the speed of play just seems so drastically different. Mason, no boost, trying to make a challenge there. He gets demoed as Tage tries to get a pass mid. Spuf already there, passing it downfield to Ace. Ace couldn't get a touch on that one. Spuf now playing a 50, wins it beautifully. Gets another 50 as well. Spuf, the wrecking crew, able to make his way through, but still Distortion able to get the clear. A missed touch there from Ace, and that's how we saw a goal get scored on from Galaxy. They made one defensive mistake. It resulted in a goal. Now, they probably made a couple more, but one critical one at least. And so Distortion are able to find those critical spots and, finish them. However, it's about, is Galaxy going to make, more than 2 of those a game? Or are you just going to... I'm not seeing a lot of offense until now, as Tage doesn't get the sidewall double, but he does leave it for a pass. Actually, he does get a touch, apparently. I don't know. But Mason able to get the finishing shot there, Rocker Man, and we got a tied game, finally.
Yeah, no, that was a great play right there, setting up. He was trying to find the angle there, but it's kind of better that the ball really didn't go anywhere because he had a teammate right in the midfield ready to shoot it. And Distortion, they finally had some good pressure there, and it resulted in a goal. And it's another miss comes out there. They really just got to hit the ball flip, not to be like that, but they just got to hit the ball here, and they'll be fine. I think there's probably a lot of nerves going on here, where Distortion is just, just not playing up to their caliber, and I think Galaxy's pressure is also helping to do that, as no one is jumping here trying to block this one away. But they really just got to hit the ball and just get going, because we know what they can do. They just got to go out and execute.
Yeah, I kind of need to see just a little bit, like you said, maybe it's confidence. I'm not sure, but I've seen a lot of confidence out of Galaxy, as now Mason's able to pop that one high, and Distortion seems to have an attack started here. Noah not able to get the read and Spuf off the side. Well, can he get the double? He can. Mason trying to race back to that one, is barely able to get a touch. Doesn't have a lot of boost to work with. Gets a flick over one. Boy Wonder going to be there. Puts it towards Ace again. Not able to get the touch, but Noah's touch going back towards the midfield, and everybody just gravitating towards that ball into this corner, as well as Ace gonna put that one away as Galaxy take a lead here. All 3 players were in that corner at that point. Rockerman and Spuf, he capitalized on that opportunity.
Yeah, no, they were starved, and they were all stuck in that right side corner there, and all it took was a ball high off the backboard for Galaxy, with all the pressure they had to put in the back of the net. A great play right there to find it through, and they're going to look for another one. They're going to find it again off the kickoff. Boy Wonder puts it in, and the Galaxy, they continue to find these kickoff goals. Distortion just cheating up a little bit too far on them, and another one in the back of the net. A 2-goal deficit now for Distortion. They got to climb out of.
Yeah, and, I would like to say that this is, there's hope for Distortion, but like I said, I don't think they've been playing that poorly this game. It's just kind of been a better play all around from Galaxy. They're almost, I'm not saying they're worlds apart here, Rockerman, but they don't seem to be playing on the same planet, to be honest. These guys are just a little bit different, as now Galaxy able to get a long clear, as actually turned into a pass for Spuf, as once again, these Galaxy players, their rotations, they just seem super clean right now. Just orbiting around each other super cleanly as Tage now gonna look for a pass mid, and oh, Mason almost there once again. Tage and Mason, they've been the two players that I've been most impressed with on Distortion. I think Noah, who in my opinion can step up, really needs to start doing it. Mason not able to get the touch there off of Tage's pass, and Ace up in the air. He's floating. He's gonna pass it over to Spuf. Spuf down. Ace not able to make it in time as that ball hits the sidewall, gets a long clear. Boy Wonder already up in the air, floating like a satellite, gonna get a touch, but that shot not gonna be hard enough, as now Spuf, it's his turn. He's floating. He's going for the reset. Doesn't get any momentum off of it though, as Ace now trying to play a 50. Not able to, as Mason and Tage both no boost, both go upfield. Spuf says thank you very much. That's in the back of your nets. Where is Distortion going?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. They're just two players stuck in the corner there, and then the last defender, Noah, can't get back. And it's just all Galaxy right now. Distortion's not really giving any signs of life. I mean, it was early. They had had that goal there, but it really just, oh, no way. No. Okay, it's saved off, but the follow-up, nice, a good demo there comes through. I really thought it was gonna be another kickoff goal flip, and I don't know if I could have handled that one.
Yeah, I mean, one more kickoff goal and this thing would have blown up like a supernova. It is just absolutely crazy. I feel like 4-1. I mean, obviously the last game was 7-1. Like, that's crazy. And then you get 4-1 on top of that. Obviously, the defense seems a little bit better, but you see the scoreline and you think, okay, was it really that much better? I couldn't tell you. Mason trying to make a play happen there, not going to get the touches. Tage able to get that ball cleared downfield, and once again, Spuf just hovering around that midfield. It's like the asteroid belt. That man is just there when you need him, and honestly when you least expect him as well. As now Ace hits that one to the corner, tries to get it clear. Sage does, but it gets a good 50 as well. Oh my goodness, he broke a rule 1. Rockerman, no holds bar anymore. These guys better be going all out after this game. Galaxy's gonna win this one, but I don't know. They just broke a rule 1, and I'm not saying there's a curse. I'm not saying I'm superstitious, but I wouldn't do that if I was Spuf. That's all I'm saying. Galaxy take game number 2. There might be more pressing issues, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think the regardless of the rule 1 breakage or not here, Galaxy, they are looking so good right now, Flip. I mean, everything is working for them. The pressure is great. The passes are great. The defense is great. And there's really nothing bad to say about Galaxy after the way they played these first 2 games. They've done everything they need to do to get 2 wins, and now they're 1 win away from moving on to the playoffs here. And Distortion, they gotta find something. And Flip, a lot of times, I have something to say. I have some ideas, but I really don't know. I don't know what Distortion can do besides just pressure the ball, hit the ball a little bit more, because they just have not made contact, have overcommitted, had whiffed balls. It's been a really tough showing here, and this is not the way you want your season to go out here. And if you're Distortion, you gotta figure out a way to lock in, to win this game. Start out with that early pressure, and hopefully bring back, because this is your season, Flip. If you lose this game, you're done.
Yeah, honestly, the end of the season, it kind of looks like a black hole at this point. Like, it is just sucking Distortion. They're saying, hey, you're going home. And you're like, Cancun, here you come. Finally, a kickoff win here for Distortion. But like you said, Rockman, I'm not even sure. It just seems like the counterattacks is the biggest thing for Galaxy. That's my biggest thing. I've seen Galaxy score more counterattacks and kickoff goals than anything. And so it's whenever Distortion is stable, they're not very threatening. I mean, they didn't have that. They had 4 shots last game, but they're not getting scored on nearly as often. So I want them to be stable. I said it last game. Give me a minute without getting scored on, and then we can start talking. But Galaxy not gonna make that one easy at all. As now Noah trying to make another play, couldn't get the touch though. A double commit here is a defensive mistake as the demo comes through, and physical play coming through, and some mistakes on Galaxy and not able to capitalize, but good signs of life here for a Distortion. I loved speaking too soon. What a great 50 there from Boy Wonder. I don't know how Boy Wonder won this 50 this hard. I'm not gonna lie. I don't get it. Noah could have cleared that ball to the top. Rocket Man, Galaxy's up 1-0.
Yeah, Galaxy starts out the scoring again, and it's just these missed touches on Distortion. I mean, there's a couple of opportunities on the offensive end early there that they didn't quite capitalize on, and then as they're rotating back, a touch that sends it back in their own zone. As wait, here comes some demo attempts, ball off the backboard. It's up for the shot. No, it's off the post. Oh my goodness, and just calamity here from Distortion as they're taking it the other way. Flip reset, but gonna be denied away.
It would have been the shot heard around the world if they're able to tie up this game. If they're able to win a game. But it would have been bigger than the Big Bang itself, probably. I don't know. Distortion needs hope. Rocker Man, and that goal could have done it. However, still, it's only 1-0. Rocket League is a game of very shifting tides as Noah able to put that one away. The post could not deny them any longer. He hit the crossbar, but he was able to get back. The defense in Galaxy seemed a little bit scattered, and Distortion was able to capitalize.
Yeah, and there have been these signs of life, these opportunities for Distortion. Finally, they're able to capitalize on one. Noah diving in, finding the follow, send it in. As here comes Mason with an opportunity towards the net, but a nice little save there from Spuf to clear it away. But yeah, the Galaxy has been caught out, and now it's Distortion getting caught out here as Spuf sends it in and retakes the lead.
Man, I mean, not to make bring up another rival team that sadly got eliminated, but it's like Lightspeed how quickly this Galaxy team always takes the lead over Distortion. Like it is so quick, it is instantaneous. It feels like, and I don't know if you are Distortion. Stability is obviously not what I've been noticing, but that's kind of how you need to beat this Galaxy team. Whenever I played them, it was whittle them down, don't let them score counters, and you're able to find the holes in the defense. But man, whenever they're blasting off like this and getting these counterattacks, it is just beautiful gameplay to watch. Rocker Man, and this Galaxy team is threatening, and potentially going up against, I should say, a Whiteout team in the playoffs. This Whiteout team's definitely gotta be careful, but still, Distortion. Half the game left. They're down 2-0, down 2-1 in this game. Could be down 3-1 after a great pass from Boy Wonder. Aww. Ace to Spuf. Rocker Man, they're playing beautiful Rocket League. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, what is this touch? Boy Wonder down to Ace, off the backboard, Spuf, and that is just clinical right there. 1, 2, 3, back of the net, up 3-1. Galaxy just clicking on all cylinders.
Man, it is. I don't know. It's like Galaxy before play-ins. Rocket Man, I wasn't that high on. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Lightspeed and Distortion were better teams, but this Galaxy, I don't know what they did, but they are taking off and they are finding great chemistry together as well. And now that I'm seeing these guys like from an outside perspective, it is just beautiful to watch. Boy Wonder do it to him. He doesn't even need the reset. He just did it for style points.
Yeah, he got the flip reset, but he didn't need it. Just had to let this one drop to the net there. He tried to use it, just couldn't quite get the scoop, but Distortion couldn't quite get the save. And it's just clinical from Galaxy. I mean, too many missed opportunities early from Distortion in this one. And once they've been down here, it's been all a Galaxy just putting on the pressure, finding these goals. I mean, Distortion hasn't scored more than 1 goal per game, and you're not gonna win many. Oh my goodness, that one's off the backboard. Wait a minute, Mason, try to put it in that one, and speak too soon to Caster's curse. And with 1:37 left here, Flip only down by 2.
Finally, 2 goals out of Distortion. That was a miracle in itself. Rocker Man, we might find aliens before I see 4 goals on the board for Distortion. I'm not gonna lie. I want to believe. I do. But this Galaxy team has just looked that good. However, miracles have happened before. They might happen again. That one was a dangerous shot there. Noah continuing this pressure. Prove me wrong, Distortion. I would love to see it. Boy Wonder, not gonna let that happen that quickly. Ace in the air. Ace down on the ground. It's a goal. Galaxy's up 3 goals again, Rocker Man, and they are looking to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's every touch here that gets to the backboard. Distortion doesn't have a chance to react to that one. Is a great extend by Boy Wonder there, and then a great finish. When that ball gets up there, Flip, it hits the backboard. Galaxy, they are just soaring up there, and they are gonna smack it in the back of the net if you give them that chance. And they've done so many times in this series. Did so there, and Distortion, if they had any hope, it is far gone now. As Spuf sends it in the back of the net again. 6-2, minute 4 remaining.
Man, Rocker Man, it's once in a blue moon, in my opinion, that you get, you know, a kind of a beatdown in the like this in the final like playing games. But like, this is rarer than like a lunar eclipse. I can't lie. This kind of performance coming out of Galaxy, I mean, it's otherworldly. I am extremely impressed with all 3 of these players. Like I said, you know, whenever I played against him, I wasn't that impressed with the way Ace played. I think Ace has been debatably the best player on the pitch. Like, I think this is the Galaxy that, you know, I'm not saying their full potential. They could definitely still get better. Like, you know, every player, we're only in rivalry. We're not even in Titan yet. These players can get better, but for their skill, I think they are maximizing like everything they have. Distortion, I think at this point they're throwing the kitchen sink at them. Like, what else can they do? They got to dive. You know, obviously 7-2 scoreline. It don't matter how you lose. It don't matter how you win either. It's just they don't want to go down without a fight, and so they're throwing everything they have, Rocker Man. But this Galaxy team, like I said, they're just different.
Yeah, they are, and you know, this one out in the midfield, they're gonna find one back here a little bit too late, but. Yeah, Flip, this Galaxy team, when you're averaging 6 goals a game in this series, Flip, if you're Distortion, you're not gonna win. There's probably like a 1% chance you win when you give up 6 goals per game there, and that's what happened here in this series. Galaxy, 18 goals in 3 games thus far. It's not even over yet, but I mean, just all in all, a dominating performance for them. Distortion didn't quite have what it takes to put, you know, a lot of pressure on Galaxy, and Galaxy just came through a huge win. They're gonna survive the play-in tournament there, move on to face the #1 seed in Whiteout, and Galaxy officially gonna be heading back to the playoffs.
Yeah, Galaxy, welcome back. Mason, great shot, buddy. Well done. Hey, send us off with a bang, a big bang, even that. You know, clap up for Distortion. They played extremely well. And, you know, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, they probably made playoffs somewhere. I don't know, but not this one. This Galaxy is the team with Spuf, Boy Wonder, and Ace. They are just built different. And I'm not gonna lie, Rocker Man, going into playoffs, you know, they're looking very solid. Now, obviously, Distortion's eliminated. We could talk about, you know, their future matchup as well. They got Whiteout. Rocker Man. This Whiteout team is going to be more than difficult to execute this play style against, in my opinion. This Whiteout team is super stable. They have really good ball control. They're not just going to throw the ball away. And so this Galaxy team, they got to figure out a way to break through. And to be honest, it's going to be tough. However, with what I just saw, I know anything's possible because, man, what I just saw was absolutely insane. Congrats to Galaxy for making playoffs and for absolutely dominating the series.
Yeah, no, I mean they just look dominant from second one almost there. I mean, scoring a goal 5 seconds in. I mean, Distortion, it just seemed like they didn't even have a chance in this one. And I do want to bring up that rivalry playoff bracket again. We can take a peek at it. So just to kind of preview this round 1 just a little bit before we head back to break. But yeah, Galaxy surviving, you know, a tough loss against the Pineapples, but they come back there and just a dominating performance. And now they're gonna have to go up against Whiteout there in that round number 1. And you mentioned it. I mean, this Whiteout team, they're number 1 for a reason. These guys can put in the work there. They've got a great squad around them. Another flip on that team there. So the battle, you know, we got flips on opposite sides of the bracket.
It'll happen.
Yeah, it'll happen. He's putting in work this season as well. And that is going to be a really good matchup. And honestly, there are a lot of really good matchups. I know we were chatting up a little bit about rival pineapples before the stream started, and Blaze up there, Blaze versus Knights, spicy matchup, Hydra Vortex. I mean, there are four really good matchups now. Now the playoff field is set for the rival league.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking at this. I'm seeing six, and in my opinion, six teams that can win the final. So that's just, and I mean, that's not to say that the teams that I don't think can win the final can go on crazy runs. It's definitely possible. But last season, Rockerman and Rival, there was three teams, in my opinion, that could have won it, and so it's just this season, the competition, it's a different level. It feels like, and I mean, it's great because we're getting some absolutely insane games. And I mean, heck, we just saw an insane Galaxy team. I do mean this, like a very good Galaxy team that was in play-ins, right? Like that's the kind of level of rival league we're seeing. And so, going forward, I know these playoff matches they're only going to get crazier. They're only going to get better. And so I'm really excited to see those. But before playoffs, yada yada yada, one siege, rival league, yada. We got other things to worry about, Rocker Man. We got some great matches coming up here. We got Prospect League still, and we got Challenger League still. So we got the Minotaurs and the Gladiators coming up right after this match. Or sorry, right after this short break we're gonna go on, and then later tonight we're gonna have Raptors versus Dissolved. Now, Rocker Man, I'm gonna be completely honest. Prospect League not my biggest forte. I'm not the huge. Now you are Prospect League somehow,
Yeah.
and you are dominating the Prospect League. But how are these Minotaurs and Gladiators? How are they stacking up?
Oh, flip. If you don't know Prospect League, you better get ready to learn Prospect League because besides the rival league, I think this is the most competitive league in
Okay.
in Nemesis this season. Like these matches have been great thus far, and the playoffs is only going to continue to do so. Minotaurs, Gladiators, these are two great teams, kind of middle of the pack, middle of the pack this season, but they both have the potential to be one of those possibly fringe top five teams. So I mean, this is going to be a great matchup. When you get when you get win or go home here between these two teams, I mean, it is definitely a show. You guys are not going to want to miss the Prospect League. I promise you that this season for Prospect has been crazy, and I think the postseason is going to continue to do so with the final match of the playing tournament coming up soon.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely stick around. Okay, Rockman, real quick, before I close out, who do you want to play? They're gonna play you. Like who do
Yeah.
you want? Be honest.
Um, I'd like to play the Minotaurs if I had to
Hmm.
choose, but the Gladiators, I'm feeling confident either way. Whoever we play against, I think we have a really good shot to take them down in seven. But I guess if I had to choose, maybe Minotaurs since we just beat them not too long ago. But I would like to get my revenge on the Gladiators. Back on the PC, they bested me on the laptop flip, but I'm back on the PC now, so I'd like to get my revenge as well. But we're confident either way, I'd say.
All right, PR answers over. Thank you guys for joining us for the game, first game. But we got two more coming up for you guys, so definitely stick around. We'll be back after a short little break. Rockman, we'll see them later, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Doses.